We are ready to begin step 1 for creating our zipper pouch. Step 1 says place fusible interfacing on the wrong side of the 2 outer pieces of fabric. As you can see here, I have 2 pieces of interfacing which I've already cut. I'm going to set that off to the side. I have my 2 lining pieces and I have my 2 outer pieces. So before I begin, I'm just going to give my 2 lining and my 2 outer a quick iron. You can notice that it's kind of wrinkly, so make sure your iron is on. And you're just going to give it a quick iron to flatten it out. There's no interfacing on it at this point. You're literally just getting out the wrinkles. And this one has a pretty set in wrinkle. So I'm going to flip it over and try and see if I can get that crease out. And then once this is good to go, I'm going to set it off to the side. And I'm going to do the same thing again. All right. I'm gonna grab my second one and give it a quick iron. And like I said, for step one, we are applying interfacing to the wrong side of the outer, which is my succulent fabric. So once I give my lining a quick iron, I will show you what that will look like. Okay, set this off to the side. All right, one last quick iron. As a reminder, interfacing, you need to apply to the wrong side of your outer fabric. And we're also going to use a pressing cloth. So I'm going to flip this one upside down and give it a quick iron. All right, so we're going to start with our interfacing. If you can tell, we have a shiny side to our interfacing and a dull side. The shiny side is what has the glue on it. So we're going to put shiny side face down to the wrong side. You'll notice you won't see the interfacing. Interfacing does have a slight color to it, so if we were to put it on the right side, you would be able to see it, and that's what we do not want to do. So we're going to put wrong side down and shiny side face down on the wrong side of our interfacing. Make sure it's the exact size as your fabric or slightly smaller. Mine is the exact size. So I'm going to lay it down. Now before I even begin pressing, you're going to want to grab your pressing cloth. These are already on our ironing boards. They're just a small piece of cloth. And you'll see, honestly, they're already kind of dirty. That protects your fabric from getting dirty. So you're gonna lay your pressing cloth on top of your interfacing in your fabric. And now we're just gonna start to press. So what you do is you press and hold for about 5 to 10 seconds. And if you remember, press is an up and down motion, ironing is side to side, and we are not ironing, we are simply pressing. If you iron, you may get wrinkles in your fabric, which is what we want to avoid. So you're going to do that all the way around, about 3 to 5 seconds at a time, maybe even 5 to 10. And that glue side, which is down, is going to start to melt or adhere to your fabric, which is our ultimate goal. This will give you stability and strength to your project, and that will keep it from kind of falling apart, and you can put heavier items in it. Don't forget to get this center. Okay, so now I'm gonna pull this back and we're gonna take a quick look and see if our interfacing is starting to stick. So you can see that our interfacing is starting to stick, but it's not all the way done. And I do have one small spot, which I'm gonna grab my scissors, that is kind of hanging off the edge. So I'm going to give this side a quick trim to get any excess interfacing off, which is what I'm doing right now. You do not want any extra interfacing hanging off the edge because that can get stuck to something and you do not want that to happen. So I'm just going to flip this upside down again and I'm going to give it a quick press. This time I'm only going to do like 3 seconds at a time. So it's pretty much adhered. We're just getting that final push to make it stick. Once again, we are not ironing, we are pressing. If you slide side to side, it may wrinkle your fabric. All right, so this first one is done, which is pretty awesome. You can tell the difference. This one is stiff and stands upright, and this one does not, okay? So we're gonna do this exact same thing on our second one. I'm gonna go ahead and lay it down. I'm gonna put my interfacing, gotta find the shiny side down. Don't forget our pressing cloth. And we're just gonna repeat that exact same process again. You can go ahead and repeat it. quick look. Once again, I have a little extra on the side. I'm gonna turn that off. And then I can tell that it's not all the way adhered yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it one more press, especially at the bottom down here. All right, I think we're good to go to move on to step 2.